This is Alan Collins, and you're listening to the
Stoned Roadie Show. The Stoned Roadie Show, podcast 277. Action. Alrighty then, Stone Roadie Nation, looky here, looky here. My name's Craig Reed, a.k.a. the Stone Roadie, and with me, as always, my co-host and co-pilot, the rocket scientist, Griff Martin. And behind me on my green screen, you'll see a picture of the Lincoln Theater in Massillon, Ohio. Now, Massillon's famous for Republic Steel. They were real big in the steel industry back in the day, and Massillon's kind of where football started. Massillon, Canton's where the Football Hall of Fame is presently. And I want to put up, last night I went to Floyd at the Lincoln Theater, and this is where they're introducing me to come out on stage and give a little speech that I walk out and hold up the brand new camera.
That's pretty cool, man.
Brand new camera. Hold up the camera and show the crowd out there, you know. And
That's pretty cool.
yeah, so I told them they was all going to be on the podcast and be sure to watch it. But yeah, you can't hear it. But anyway, so I'll just let that play. And that was a fun night last night. Had a real good time. I don't know if some of you people on FakeBook seen. I posted some of the videos of a couple of the songs they did. They're real good. Floyd, the Pink Floyd Experience, and they got they're pretty much of a sellout, real good crowd, and it was great. I wish if I wouldn't have had to do this little thing in the middle, I might have ate some mushrooms. It would have been very apropos.
Why did that have to stop you? That never stopped you before.
Well, you know, I wanted to do a good job, or try to do a good job. Oh yeah, that was the first time I'd really used that camera to do anything like this, and I got way back there in the back, all the way back there in the back. And when I tried to take a video, the balcony up there was in my way, and I couldn't get a good shot. So I had to wait till like the very end, and I snuck up, and somebody, I found a seat somebody had left early, and I found a great seat, and had a great place to take some video. And the doggone screen, the screen on that camera is a little small for my bad eyes. So as I was watching it back, I was going, damn, you were off over there. You were off.
Yeah.
you know.
It looks all right. I mean,
my perfection in quality, was a little bit off.
Well, what were you doing? What were you doing? Just talking to him the whole time you're in your videotaping where you're talking to him?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Is that what you're doing?
Talking. They just wanted me to get out and say, they just kind of thought it was cool that somebody associated with Lynyrd Skynyrd was there in town and everything. And they just wanted me to get out and tell them how I was hired and tell a little Skynyrd story.
Oh, okay.
And I got it. I got the whole thing on tape. But maybe we'll play it at some time. It's just the same old thing. I just said, hey, my name's Craig Reed, a.k.a. the Stone Roadie. And if you're wondering how I got the nickname the Stone Roadie, well, it's pretty apropos. So, I told them about the podcast and what we did. And we raised money for survivors. And
cool.
Told them how I got
We'll have to
hired up in Kent, and that whole story that y'all have already heard before. But yeah, we had a donation. Let me see here. Well, first of all, Robert Wheatley donated that camera a long time ago that took a while to sell, and Nicholas Garbarni. I'm sorry, Nicholas, man. I talked to him for a long time on the phone the other day. He's a really cool guy, man. Lives in New Jersey. But anyways, yeah, he bought the camera, and we'd like to thank Robert Wheatley for donating that camera, and he paid $375 for it. You know, those are great cameras, man.
That's a great deal.
Yeah, great deal. But yeah, and then Javier Medina, he donated another 25, and then he also sent in this box. It's got a couple of Lynyrd Skynyrd. He sent in a $25 donation. Yeah, I said that. And then he's got a couple of. I think he's an artist or something, and put these on these denim
Yeah, that's pretty cool right there.
jackets. Yeah, he's got 2 of them in here.
That's pretty dang cool, man.
And we're supposed to sell these for a donation, and God, I don't see the size on them right off the bat. But yeah, we got that one, and then we got another one here. Like it's got Ronnie on the back of it.
Yeah, is that silk screened or embroidered?
It's silk screen. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks great.
Yeah. Thank you.
Really does. That's a badass jacket. Somebody will snag that up for sure.
Yeah. Looks like about a medium or a large. I'm not quite sure. We'll have to identify them. But yeah, we got those up for bid, and then he put a flag in there. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with that. But yeah, thanks, Javier. And yeah, that's about all I got to talk about there. And yeah, you can see the lights went down on me, so I'm gonna switch over to their live performance here. I got a video of, and you'll really be impressed with their light show on this. But it's the thing. I'm gonna sneak down out of here and let you watch some of this light show here. It's pretty cool. So what do you want to talk about there, Griff?
Well, you were talking about that camera, the Pocket 3, and I took it over to Gene's. I used it at Gene Odom's house this weekend because remember I told you I was gonna go over there, and what I did was I played the video of you going through the Ronnie's tackle box, and then I synced it up with Gene as he was watching it on YouTube, and then I just kind of edited the podcast that we did so it looked like Gene was actually going through the box just like you were, and it turned out pretty good. Gene's got a completely different spin. He says he thinks that 99.9% sure that that's Gary and Ronnie's box together, and that they kept that box in bad company, and they would use it like if they went fishing together, or if they just went by themselves or with some friend or whatever. He may have even had that box, Craig, when you went fishing. You didn't even know it. Who knows?
Yeah, I didn't really pay no attention.
Yeah, who would? But but anyway, he said that yeah, he thinks it was Gary and Ronnie's together, and he went through the box, and we looked at every piece just like we did with Craig, and Gene commented on each one, and it's really cool. And that's going to be part one, and then part. Well, he also told a story about sturgeon fishing up in Washington State, and so that's going to be on part one. Part two, which will probably be Wednesday. He's got a ring that he's wanting to raffle off that he was wearing on the plane, and I'm not sure how he wants to do that, but I got video of it, and he tells a story how he got it, and he tells a story about while he was wearing it on the plane, and then he also tells a story about how his eye got burned out on the plane. And that'll be Wednesday. And yeah, I did videotape that with the Pocket 3, but man, I had to change the resolution on that thing, Craig, because I had to edit that. It took me all day to edit it because I had it too big of a file. And then, boy, it was a big file, so it was a hard one to edit, but got it done, and it's going to be pretty cool. Also got a really cool little letter from Patricia Lynn, sent a contribution for the Grinstead project, which I don't take contributions for that, but I'm going to open up a GoFundMe for the Grinstead project, and I'll contribute that contribution that Patricia Lynn made towards those folks. And I did see where Trump was in North Carolina.
Well, wait a minute here. Well,
And,
since we're talking about Patricia Lynn, she's the one that sent this coffee cup. I thought
Okay. Well, she's pretty cool.
Cousin Figel, but yeah.
Oh, really? You thought it was Cousin Figel? So you
Yeah, that's what I said. I said, I think Cousin Figel sent this, but Patricia Lynn said she sent it. Matter of fact, she said that she thought they lost this one because I didn't get it, so I might get another one.
Oh, God.
So, yeah.
Yeah, and she also sent a video to my email of you going up on stage and working on Artimus drums. Now, I've already aired that clip on past podcasts.
Yeah,
I don't know which
and
one
between
it was.
for the encore, huh?
Yeah,
That was at Asbury Park, wasn't it?
I think so, and I don't remember what podcast I put it on, but you'll have to go back and I guess binge watch if you want to see it, but it's pretty cool. Or go to YouTube and look it up. But yeah, Craig's up there for about, I don't know, 3 or 4 minutes or something, and pretending like you're working on something. But yeah, thanks.
Here's where these lights get pretty cool in this video here.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, it is. But thanks for the contribution, Patricia Lynn, and also Trump was in North Carolina. I heard something about they're going to be putting those people in apartments. I don't know how true that is, but it's something I'm going to have to check out.
Dang time, my God.
Yeah, well, I mean, and then
That's ridiculous.
Then I think he's going to get rid of FEMA. But
they need to. That's a corrupt damn bunch of crap.
And then Craig, I saw where Johnny was on Facebook, and he was talking about people getting cancer, and of course, that's in his family. His daughter, I believe, died from it, and they just had a scare with their other daughter, and he says, he thinks it's the food. So I'm glad.
I made a post today. There was like doctors telling a woman, you have cancer, and she said, well, how did I get that? And they show a picture of all the food that gives you cancer. Yeah, it's the food that's doing it. They're poisoning you.
Yeah, definitely. I really believe that. So yeah, Johnny, if you got him on Facebook, there you can watch.
Well,
that.
yeah, and while we're talking about Johnny, somebody asked me. They said, here's this guy walking up here, the guitar player, right in front of me, playing. Somebody asked me if Johnny was selling special ticket stuff on the side and I guess, man, Johnny don't talk to people. So Do you get any kind of messages from Johnny on FakeBook or through?
Oh, that's
It's fake. Don't pay no
fake.
attention to that. Yeah.
Yeah, and he'll tell you that too. He's
Yeah. Well,
mentioned
he
that.
has, but yeah, Johnny don't message anybody on social media.
Yeah, he just puts those little videos on every Sunday, and but that's about it. And he don't sell shirts, and he don't do. People have
Or
him
special
selling.
tickets or
Yeah,
or
Pe-
nothing like that. Meet and greets or
people had him selling my drawing. I'm like, no, he's not doing that. Uh, yeah, so it's kind of crazy, but. So, anything else you want to talk about, Craig? We got a few comments we can go over, and then stay tuned for the end where Gene goes through the tackle box. And so, the tackle box part two, man, this is, I told you I was going to get Gene to go through it. So, you stick around for that. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Gene, Gene's being Gene. And he made a comment about your boots.
my boots.
Yeah.
What boots?
The boots you were wearing whenever you were opening up the
Oh,
box
when I
and
was
you had
doing
your
the
cowboy boots on.
Oh,
I
oh,
think he
oh,
called them Mexican fence climbers or something.
oh. Oh God,
Yeah,
okay.
right off the bat, he goes, "I see Craig's got on his Mexican fence climbers."
Oh God, I used to always wear boots on the road.
Yeah,
This is
so
one of my old hat. Matter of fact, this is another black hat. I thought this one was a lot. This is the one I wore before, the black one. It's got a different band on it, and I thought it was a lot
looks the
different, but
same.
it's pretty much the same.
Yeah.
But I keep them in boxes. But this one here got mangled. Well, this one did too. I had to fix them both before I could start wearing them. But I've been wearing these things lately, and I went to the doctor the other day. And it was the first thing the nurse says, "A nice hat." And when I go shopping, people will go, "I like your hat."
Oh
So
hell, I had to get me one now.
I'm telling you. Yeah, it's funny. Thank you people for telling me that I look better in a hat. I've been getting a lot of compliments.
Yeah, I mean everything,
Or
every little
whatever.
bit
It's
helps.
just, I think just people you don't see many people wearing cowboy hats in Ohio.
No,
It's just
you don't
different.
see it anywhere really, except
Yeah.
Texas. Yeah,
But these are
Texas.
warm. They're pretty warm.
Yeah.
Except on a windy day, you have to kind of hold it on. So-
It's still cold up there, Craig?
oh man, last night Saturday night I went to that doggone concert, man. Luckily, I went early and parked right in front of the place. But man, it was cold. Ooh.
It's been nice couple days here. And matter of fact, Saturday, Gene and I was on my way to his house and I saw a sign that said "You pick strawberries." And then when I went and got Gene, I said, "Man, what's that guy got down there?" He goes, "Oh, he's got collards and vegetables and strawberries." And so we went in there and I picked a bunch of stuff out of his garden. Well, he sells it, but man, I loaded up. Speaking of food that that you want to eat that's healthy, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to get loaded up on some good vegetables, and so we went over there and did that. Man, I couldn't believe how fast the day went by. It was dark before I knew it, and I still had to go home, but turned out pretty good. So we got some comments and questions, Craig, and we can go over, and then we can jump into the video at the end. You ready?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, it looks like we lost our Dave the Disciple. First thing I saw in there, he's like, I guess he's not going to be watching the podcast anymore. He said he's dropping off of YouTube, or I don't know, maybe we hacked him off because he mentioned something about politics. And but when we started the morning show, reason we did that was because you can only talk so much about Lynyrd Skynyrd. I mean, what are you going to do? when you run out, stuff kind of trickles in. We get things sometimes that, we set stuff up and we get guests and things, but in the interim, we talk about like daily things, politics and current events, stuff like that. So, this is not Lynyrd Skynyrd all the time, but if you want to ask questions about that, and we ask Craig, the questions, you can do that. We get a lot of people that talk about just funny stuff that that they experienced, like going to a Skynyrd show, or we'll also talk about, some things like politics and stuff, which, of course, I mean, that's been a major headline here lately, right, Craig? You just had an election. I mean, and it was very crucial. If he would not have won, I mean, if you want to go around and act like, you don't want to talk about politics, well, that's like saying you don't care about your life, because it has a lot to do with your life and whether or not you're going to be free and safe and things are going to be fair. So if you want to just stick your head in the sand and not talk about it, then I don't know what to tell you, but it's part of life, just like everything else. And sometimes the people that get elected suck, and we just got rid of one that sucked. And so, but old Trump, man, he's
I have one last thing about Dave to say. Well, I got a lot of stuff I need to send you, Dave. There's a lot of things I need to sign, and there's a lot of stuff I need to send you. I got to send you that T-shirt I promised you. There's a lot of stuff I need to send you. So, I hope I hope you're still into the music, rock and roll memorabilia stuff. I have a lot of stuff I need to send you, so.
He's still a contributor.
But but thanks, man. Thanks for all you did for us, man. God, you sent me a bunch of stuff, and Kathy Gozzi and this.
Oh yeah, me too.
Stuff,
yeah,
man. You've been great, man. Appreciate all you've done. I'm sorry if we've done anything to offend you, and I'm sorry if you're pissed off because I promised I'd send you that shit so long ago, and but I'm gonna send it right off to you, man.
We don't ever know what we do, but we do piss people off, and we don't know, and maybe he's just tired of the content, maybe he just don't like it. He's got a right not to like it.
People get tired of me, man. I've been married 5 times, and they just get tired of me. I understand. I understand. People get tired of my shit.
Well, you're trying to do good. You mean well, Craig. You do mean well.
Well, yeah, but people just get tired of me.
And Dave has contributed a ton to the podcast.
Oh my God, yeah.
We've sent out, all those. Craig on heroin pictures that you haven't gotten yet. Those are all came from David Disciple, and I got a bunch of T-shirts from him and
refrigerator magnets. Oh my God, he sent me a shitload of refrigerator magnets.
Yeah, I got tons of magnets everywhere. So I don't know, man.
My refrigerator is covered with fat magnets.
Yeah, I still got all my fat magnets on my refrigerator too, which I have to say, you gotta kind of like remember they're there, because you'll get used to them and not read them anymore. But hey Dave, man, good luck, man, or just check in with us every now and then or something. Kimmy says, Griff, it's 12:10 here in the AM, and I'm making banana pudding for my husband for whenever he gets up. He is a jack of all trades, retired mechanic, and I'm looking for a picture of me in my underwear when I was in my 20s that my husband took. Well, that sounds like they're getting along better now, don't it, Craig? I mean... I noticed Kimmy was answering everybody's questions and commenting on everybody's comments. Like if you leave a comment, she'll comment on your comment.
I thought she's going to the hospital. I thought she's
She
sick.
says she's going to delay her surgery.
Oh.
I don't know how life threatening it is, but if you're delaying it there, Kimmy, I don't know, man. You need to, take care of your health.
Yeah, take care of business, Kate.
Yeah. But yeah, Kimmy, she's still got her little crafty little comments that we appreciate. Sammy J, hey Griff.
You can have all the problems in the world, but when your health goes bad, you only got
Yeah.
one problem.
Sammy J, hey Griff, I've been a Skynyrd fan since Pronounced came out. I was listening to One More from the Road, 1976, and I noticed Ronnie said, "Just a minute, the piano's down. Something is always breaking around here." Craig, do you remember that?
Where was it?
It was unpronounced. Um, Somewhere in pronounced, he said, I don't know what.
In the record?
I guess maybe is it in a song? You remember him saying the piano's down. Something's always
Well,
breaking around
we
here.
had a lot of problems with the piano in the early days. Pronounced that Billy only had the Wurlitzer then, so I don't know.
He
There
didn't have
could
the.
have
Was it a
been
baby grand or was it a grand?
Billy had a baby grand.
Yeah.
We had a lot of problems with the pickup. The pickup on it, to put pickups in it, there was a lot of issues with, because when it would travel, it was the assembly that held that pickup assembly in there. It wasn't the greatest, and as it traveled, it would get all discombobulated, and we had fits with that. And we finally got a keyboard tech that got a good.
Pickup.
Pickup assembly to go in there. I forget what it was called. I used to know, but I forget now.
So what?
But during pronounced, yeah, he only had that Wurlitzer, so I wasn't around during pronounced, so I wasn't there, so I don't know.
So it just wasn't sounding right with that messed up pickup.
Well, that was a Steinway, but like I said, in pronounced, all he had was the Wurlitzer, and I wasn't in the studio to see if they were using a piano in the studio. But in the studio, they just put a bunch of microphones in there. They don't. They didn't.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they don't.
Yeah, I always seemed like I see like a microphone on top of the piano.
Yeah, but you
Sometimes. I never
can't
really
when
thought
you're
about
on the
that.
road. When you're on the road live on stage, you can't. When you got a bunch of microphones in the open microphones, you got shit going in there from all different directions. So you want to put a key pickup on it, so you don't have them open mics in there. Picking up other extra noise.
Joe Murphy says Alan Collins played an amazing two solos, the needle and the spoon. He says, sounds like it's using a wah-wah pedal. Is this the only song Alan used in a live setting where he used a wah-wah pedal?
Yeah, that's the only song that's the
And
only
we have
song.
somebody ask that question before, and then they dug something up, and they found that
Yeah, there was something he.
maybe it was another pedal of some kind. Was it the
I have
wah-wah?
I have his volume pedal downstairs. But
You do?
it don't work.
Well, when you going to bring
volume.
that up for show and tell? When you going to bring that up for show and tell?
Just thought about it.
You know where it is?
Yeah,
Oh, you do?
yeah.
So you can actually walk down and grab it and bring it, tomorrow?
I think so. I think it's down on the fireplace downstairs.
That would be cool. So something Alan stepped on?
The volume pedal. I remember seeing it at the Hell House, but he never used it.
Well, still cool as hell. It's Alan's pedal.
Yeah, they had that. They had He had a Echoplex. I used to play with that Echoplex when I was out there by myself. The hell else.
What did he use that on?
They didn't use it. It was just there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, because they didn't use a lot of, that
no, it
stuff.
was just there. They didn't use
Matter of
it.
fact, Gary didn't use anything, did he?
No, if they would have used it, I wouldn't have been playing with it because that stuff stays on there. They would have turned it on, and I'd have been on there all kind of shit.
Oh,
They
yeah.
go, what the hell is this shit? No, they didn't use it.
Jerome Murphy said he heard Trump toured North Carolina and said that he's going to end FEMA. Yeah, I saw him out there. He was at some house that got destroyed, and he was putting people up on the mic, and they were telling their story. And yeah, man, he's going to do something. He's not messing around. And then he went to California, and he was wearing his "Make America Great Again" hat, sitting, and there was a whole committee full of liberals sitting there begging at him. Did you see that, Craig? And he was telling them, I don't know why you guys are blocking the water. Just don't make any sense. Why are you blocking the water, And then he's basically telling them you need to open those reservoirs up. There's water coming down from Canada, and it's some kind of a fish that is extinct or going extinct or whatever, and then it's a bunch of bullshit is what it is. But he's gonna be giving them assistance and eliminating all the loopholes, all the red tape, like permits and things. He's fast tracking all the permits. Same thing in North Carolina. Everything's going to get fast tracked. So if you're waiting on permits and stuff, all that's going to get waived, which I'm sure they're going to make sure it's safe still, but it won't be as hard. So Trump's doing some good things, man. I'm happy as hell, ain't you, Craig? I mean, he's deporting all these people.
Yeah. He's done a lot of stuff so far.
I mean, he's only been in office a week.
Yeah, he's done a lot of stuff.
Roger Banning says he loves it when Wicker and Leon go at each other in your lap. That is funny.
They do that all the time, man. Yeah. They act like they hate each other for about 2 seconds.
And then they stop, right? Well, they are two males.
Kathy Keeble's got a couple just like Leon and Wickers. Hers do the same thing. Yeah. They act like they hate each other for a couple of seconds.
I like that.
Each other all day long. I mean, they're together now somewhere.
You ever see that video where there's a gate and there's a dog on one side of the gate and a dog on the other side of the gate, and they're going at each other. They're just raising hell, and then you open the gate, and then they're like, what? They're all buddies. They're buddies, and then you shut the gate, and now they're badasses again. Dogs are funny, man. Tina Resco was laughing about what you said about Kathy Godsey running from you. And she's wanting to know when's Kathy coming back on again.
This next Saturday, yeah.
Next Saturday?
Mm-hmm. I think so, yeah.
All right. Is she working on getting, who was it we were getting?
Randy Rhodes' sister.
Yeah. I saw a thing on that, how that plane crash happened.
We got to get a lot of people on. We got to get Mike Owings on and Derek Hess and
yeah, and your ex-wife.
Yeah, her and Chad, and yeah, we got to get a lot of people on.
Yeah, I was talking to Chad the other day, and he says he's on a turn-up diet. He says he's already lost 15 pounds, and he says he wants to get down to 165. And
he told me, he said, I'm eating a steak today. So
once a week.
Vegetables. I said, Chad, that's a steak isn't fattening. That's what a carnivore diet is. You can eat steak and stuff like that all day long. So those carbs and the sugars and the starches kill you.
It's
People eat potatoes. Those things are full of white potatoes are full of starch. There is some way you can cook a white potato where it takes a lot of that out, but I eat sweet potatoes. But yeah, any kind of white potatoes, unless they're cooked properly, they got a lot of starch in them. White rice, white bread is just useless. Any kind of flour, all that shit.
Yeah, it's definitely not good for you, but they seem to get away with it over in Europe, but I think if you've got a high metabolism and you just don't eat it, like the Asians, they eat a ton of rice and they're not fat. You don't see too many fat Asians, but
that's like in Europe, they eat a lot of bread too, but their bread is different there. I mean, their bread is really, really good. I mean, it's good. It's good.
They do eat a lot of bread there. But yeah, they're doing something right. I don't think they have all those chemicals in their food. That's the thing. They don't have all that. And what gets me is they're so liberal over there, but yet they don't have all the chemicals in their food. What's going on with that? I don't understand why they're doing that to us. But people are aware of it, and I guess they're going to start doing something about it, hopefully. I saw a thing, Brian Gibbons, I saw a thing on Facebook where I guess he's having some pain in his back and his neck. Sorry to hear that, Brian. I know he's had that back surgery and the neck surgery, and I guess he's having a few issues with it. But he was asking a question. Craig, did you ever see any of the guys in the band have any kind of argument with Al Cooper?
No. No kind of argument, just a disagreement. They put Al Cooper didn't want to record something. I forget which song it was. I don't remember which song it was exactly. And they put Al in the car and told him to come back tomorrow.
Yeah.
And they finished the song. Yeah. I don't remember what song that was.
It wasn't Sweet Home Alabama, was it? No.
No, I don't think so, no.
Yeah, I can't remember it either.
I'm the one that hated Sweet Home Alabama.
Yeah.
Sweet Home Alabama, diddly-dee-dee, where the skies are so blue, boo, boo, boo. Sweet Home Alabama, Lord, I'm coming home to you.
I know.
In Birmingham, we love the governor, boo, boo, boo. I think, God, that is so hokey.
Yeah, but that's what put them on the map.
Sweet Home Alabama. Oh my God, I hated that song. I was like,
yeah.
That was when I first got with the band. I went into the studio with them, and I was used to them playing all those pretty hard rock songs, and then and that was commercial, I guess. Wasn't used to that shit.
That was like that Bye Bye Miss American Pie. I can't stand that song. When that thing comes on, it's just over and over and over again, just the same, man. And then also
I hated
Beatles.
Kiss. When I saw Kiss at Alex Collins Ballroom, I just laughed. I said, "This guys ain't gonna make it." They had police lights on each side of the thing. They had their outfits on, but all they had was police lights on the each side of the thing. That's all they had.
Now they're marketing geniuses.
Oh my God! I said those guys will never make it.
Then another song the Beatles did that I hate was Jude.
Yeah,
it's like na 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 Jude, hey Jude for 25 minutes, man, and they're talking about Freebird. That's like, damn, enough with the Jude. But
I saw something the other day where they were talking about Freebird, and it got to be a thing where every concert you wanted the musicians would go out and just just for the hell of it, go, what song is it you want to hear? And people would go, Free Bird.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that became for any band. Any
Yeah,
band
yeah,
came up.
yeah.
Yeah, and they were probably like,
But
"Oh
the bands
God."
would know it. They go, what song you want to hear? They go, Free Bird.
That's because Ronnie would ask, "What do you want to hear?"
That's
And then they'd
funny.
say "Freebird." Okay, that's what we're gonna play. Yeah, a lot of first things with Skynyrd, man. A lot of first things. Um, Layla C69. I never seen a rocket scientist claim they are screwing with the weather. No, because the rocket scientists are too busy lying about walking on the moon. That's
God.
probably why.
Oh, so
But
somebody commented that they couldn't believe that we didn't believe that the United States didn't actually make them a major accomplishment and walk on the moon. They were so disappointed in us that we were that freaking stupid.
really,
Oh yeah,
oh, where'd
somewhere
you read that at?
it was in the comments, I think, or
Yeah.
somewhere I saw it. Yeah, oh, they were totally disappointed in both of us
Well, I
that
mean,
we didn't acknowledge the USA accomplished going to the moon. Oh,
but I want to acknowledge it. I want to. I just have a hard time
that's such a major
when I see
accomplishment.
cables coming out of their backpacks and I see bullshit freaking half-ass damn ain't even CGI. It's some kind of overlap touch up on the damn film. It's just so hokey. And go even Joe Rogan, man, he was showing, I don't know about this. Well, my whole thing is you'd have to prove me wrong that they did it. Now you're going to have to prove me right that they did it because I think there's more evidence that they didn't. And I happen to have met Neil Armstrong, and I kind of like got a vibe off of him that he didn't do it. So I'm entitled to my opinion. It just happens to be the uh, the career path I was in for 35 years. And I worked with guys that launched those Apollo rockets, so they probably laughing at me too. Uh, but some of them probably believe I'm right. But anyway, let me see here. Tim Fawcett says, Craig, he's looking for some pics of Skynyrd in the limousine.
Who is?
Tim Fawcett. You know where
Who's
any
looking?
pics you know where any pics are of Lynyrd Skynyrd in a limousine?
Oh, pictures
Yeah,
of
pictures.
Leonard Skinner in the limousine.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
You got some?
Well, there's one of Alan and JoJo, and
Well, load it into your next time we come on, load it into your
yeah,
back
there's pictures of them
backdrop,
in the
and
limo.
we'll put it up for you there, Tim, because he just said he likes seeing, some of the pictures of them in the limos. I've only seen one that I remember, and it had JoJo and Alan.
Yeah,
Um, but I don't know that many that
there's
exist.
that shot of the band pulling up to the plane in the limos and getting out of the limo, and Alan and
In
Billy.
your videos?
In my videos, yeah,
Yeah.
they pulled up in the limos and got out, and
And what kind of camera was that you had?
a Sony. No, God, Sony. A Nikon. It was a
It was
Nikon.
a Nikon?
Yeah, it was a Nikon. I had both of them were Nikon.
Nikon 8 millimeter?
Yeah, Nikon. Yeah.
Yeah, Gene's got an 8 millimeter camera on his desk over there at his house, and I was looking at it and I was thinking, damn, his is a Browning. You know, those Brownings they used in the war. And they were pretty good cameras, but it's amazing, how you did that on film and then you had to send it and develop it and then you had to put it on the projector. It's crazy, man.
Oh, that was a cool camera, man. It did fade in, fade
You
out.
still have it?
No, it got screwed up in the plane. It got
Oh,
all
it got,
destroyed in the
you
plane.
threw
Yeah.
it out, didn't you? You got it, but you threw
It
it out.
was here, and I don't know what the heck I did with it. It's one of them things that kind of just disappears.
So it might still be there.
It, yeah, and it might have
Yeah.
been next
You
to the
know,
tackle
I
box.
mean, if you have, Craig, if you have the camera to go with the video, the camera that shot the video, that's pretty damn important, man.
Yeah,
That's pretty damn important shit. So I'm just
yeah,
something to
I
think
did
about.
have it. I did have it.
Something to think about. Those are um, pretty popular reels, that you took.
Yeah,
The Skinner, home movies are that's
yeah.
pretty damn cool.
As long as you have the film, you are the owner of the film. As long as you own the film, you're the owner of that product.
Yeah. Well,
As
everything's
long as you
digital
own the
now, so
original copy, you're the owner of the product. Yeah,
yeah, I've got a lot
that
of
would be the
negatives.
film.
I got some negatives of some stuff that I took. I got some really cool pictures that I took at the Space Center, and I've got all the rights to those, but doesn't mean
It's like
people don't seem to care about that like they do about Lynyrd Skynyrd art.
it's like somebody could take pictures and they would tell somebody, here, take these and get them developed for me. Well, the person that took them and got them developed owns those pictures legally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Whoever
so if
got them
somebody,
developed owns them.
oh, okay, well, that's the end of the comments and the questions. There's like 15 of them, and we can jump into the video at the end, which is going to put us probably another 15 minutes or so, maybe 20. But stick around for that because yeah, it's pretty good. It's better than when Craig and I went through it, I think, because we didn't know too much about what was going
I
on,
don't know
But
nothing about it. Like I said before, all I know about it is I don't really remember ever seeing him use it, and it's kind of surprising that stuff was in there because I thought all he used was worms and the rubber worms, and that's all I ever saw him use, and some hoolie things, for
yeah,
bigger
well,
fishing.
yeah,
So
he's
it was at the warehouse, and I just assumed it was Ronnie's.
he remembers all those baits. He remembers using all,
You know,
not out of that box, but he remembers the baits that they had to offer at that.
somebody somebody messaged me and wanted to know if they could buy one of those knives for $300. No,
Shit, that knife's worth
no,
more than that.
I can't sell anything out of there.
Yeah, interesting what he says about where one of those knives may have came from. He said he thinks, that those knives, that yellow one, they used to give them away at the fair. And then when he said that, I
It says
remember.
fish. That's the one that says fish knife on it.
Does it say fish knife on it?
I think that's the one that one of them said fish knife on it.
Yeah, that might
But
have
it's a
been
good
that one.
knife. It's a pretty
Yeah.
quality knife. I know pretty much no quality knife. That's a nice knife.
Yeah, and it looked like you could fillet a fish with it too.
Yeah, both of them are pretty cool knives.
All right, so we'll go on into the video, and then that'll be it for the jibber jabber. And then Wednesday, I'm pretty sure I'll have the other video of Gene in there, so we'll do that, and then we'll also play Craig's video when he was at the Pink Floyd thing sometime. I know there's some Pink Floyd. I'd like to hear the
I'll send it to you.
yeah.
It's I don't know.
We'll do it sometime this week, maybe Friday. With you up there talking about.
Yeah, I put those videos up on FakeBook of the band, man. People were commenting about them. They are a Pink Floyd experience. Yeah, one
Yeah.
guy said that they start off the thing with "Run," and the one guy commented, he goes, "God, Gilmore used to finish up with 'Run.' You got a big." you got a lot to accomplish if you're going to start off with that song. As far
Well,
as,
they probably came out with a lot more after that.
but
That was even better.
you know, they sold that Canton Lincoln Theater out. It just about sold it out.
It was crowded in there.
Yeah, and yeah, I'm sure next time. And it was cold as shit, man. So yeah, next time they play there, you'll have to get tickets in advance. Yeah, they're really good. Yeah, that light show was great, man. It was. Yeah, I'll have somebody drive me down there on mushrooms next time.
That kind of reminded me of that Polk Theater that we were at. It was like an old theater, was it? Pretty old theater.
Yeah. That's very, very, very old. Yeah, that's from they got a projector in there that's freaking huge. I mean, it's one of the old projectors because it was
Right. Yeah.
it's freaking huge, man. It's
How far is that from your house?
What?
How far is that place from your
20
house?
minutes. Yeah.
Oh, that's not bad.
Maslin. Yeah. Down Maslin. Yeah. Yeah. So, anyways, yeah. Okay. Yeah.
It's a wrap.
Yeah. Happy trails to you until we meet again, and see you later, alligator, at the wild crocodile. And we'll call that a wrap. Yeah. Later. Bye.
Okay, Gene, we're live, and I got you here at your house. And I promised the people on the Stone Roadie show that I was going to come over to Gene's, and I was going to bring up the podcast with Craig going through the tackle box. And Gene is going to look at the tackle box, and he's going to see if he remembers anything about it. And he already remembers something about it, but as we go through it, it's going to be better. There's the tackle box right there, and so I got a mic on Gene, and I'm going to put a camera on this, and so Craig's going to go through the tackle box, and Gene's going to see if anything jogs a memory to him. And then I'm going to try to see if I can get close enough. And so Craig right now, he's getting ready to open it up. Does that look familiar to you, Gene, at all?
Kinda, yeah. You know, my memory's shot, but I remember the color especially.
Yeah?
What I don't remember is them Puerto Rican fence climbers that Craig's wearing there.
I know, I gave him hell about those boots too.
Puerto Rican fence climbers.
That what you call them, Puerto Rican fence climbers?
Yeah.
And I forget what it says on the box, but he holds it up and the name of it or whatever. But so he's going to start going through it, and then we were talking because we were looking at it a little earlier, and you recognized a couple things like that knife, and then you said something about you remember Ronnie had two of those pocket fishermen's, right?
I'm pretty sure he did, yeah.
And so if he gave one to Joe, you said he tried to give one to you, and you said, "No, I don't want that shit."
Yeah, he tried to give one to me, and I think he had two of them. I laughed. I can't remember what I said to him, but it was derogatory, whatever it was. You know what? Pocket fisherman. Yeah, and I'm pretty sure he said. I'm worse than that damn Joe Biden. He was going to try to give one to Joe, and I said, "Yeah, Joe's the kind of fisherman that could use that pocket thing."
Yeah, and Joe told the story about how Ronnie tried to do that.
Yeah,
and he might have took it, and then he tried to give you one, and you were like, "Nah, I don't want that shit." But Joe took one. He kept one, so his idea was to keep one.
If I didn't have nothing to fish with, I wouldn't be using no pocket fisherman.
I know I had one. I had one of those suckers.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so he's getting ready to go through it, Gene, and I'm going to see if I can't zoom in a little closer on it with this other camera here. And then, so once he starts, like he's getting ready to hold something up right now, and then you can comment on that. So that's what, Gene? That's a spinnerbait, right?
Yeah, it's a spinnerbait, but I know I said something derogatory about that thing, and that would scare fish off. It wouldn't draw fish's attention. That'd scare the shit out of the fish right there.
Yeah, that's a pretty dazzling thing right there.
Yeah.
It's old school. I don't think they make them like that anymore. Maybe they figured it out.
There's a reason for that.
Yeah, they probably said, well, that didn't work. And so now he's getting ready to hold something else up.
Yeah.
That's that pocket knife. I thought that was an old timer because it looks like an old timer.
It's got a thing on it. I don't think it's an old timer.
No, he said the name of it. Yeah, it wasn't an old timer.
Yeah. And they didn't made knives like that. And the old timers didn't. It could be a Case. Case put those things on there too, but I don't know if Case made a knife like that.
No, it wasn't a Case. I forget what it was.
Okay.
But it's circa, I mean, that's a 1975 tackle box. Craig looked it up. So that knife could be a 60s knife even.
It could be. And that one, I remember the fair, way the hell back in the 50s and 60s, you could win those knives like that, doing something at the fair.
That yellow one?
Right there, yeah. You could win that. That would, I can't remember the game that you played or whatever, but you could win those at the fair.
And
maybe the other one too at the fair, but I know that one. The color of it. And
maybe Ronnie got that at the damn fair.
That diagram on it, that would come from the fair. It'd be worth some money today. That was worth some money.
Yeah, he might have, maybe Ronnie, did Ronnie ever go to the fair or anything like that? And
we did way back there. Now in the later years, I don't know, because when he started with the band, he was always working during the day and rehearsing at nighttime. So he could have went, and I didn't know about it, something like that.
Yeah, because if you say that could have came from the fair, that makes sense. I mean,
yeah, and there was something you could do to win those knives at the fair.
So would Ronnie have like that much stuff in a tackle box? Like would he go to there's that one, I think it's supposed to be a mouse.
Yeah.
Got a tail on it?
A rat or a mouse, yeah. Something. Of course, now when he went with me, I would always tell him, don't leave that stuff at home. I have my own tackle box with the worms and the stuff that we use to repel us and stuff like that. But it's very possible because he had a lot of stuff I didn't know he had, because he went fishing with Bill Ferris too. And but when he wanted to do bass fishing, it was always with Gene Odom. And his daddy, they'd go fishing.
There's another one that's red.
Yeah.
I can't tell if it's beat up or if that's the way it's supposed to look, or looks like there's some paint missing off of it.
Well, if you're fishing for bass and bass hits them things and don't hook themselves, they'll leave their teeth prints, dragging their teeth across it, and you pull it out of their mouth,
But would Ronnie use that kind of bait, that stuff?
Not fishing with me, but every now and then an old popper plug, very possible,
Yeah, I think maybe a hula popper.
Him and Gary went fishing several times, and to be honest with you, that tackle box with all that stuff in there looks a little bit more like what Gary Rosington would have than what Ronnie Van Zant would have.
Oh, yeah?
Generally to fish, yeah.
Huh.
But they went fishing. Sometimes they rode around that boat because Ronnie and Gary, the Bad Company, Ronnie and Gary bought Bad Company. They both owned it. And the Jeep to pull Bad Company, Ronnie and Gary bought the Jeep. They owned the Jeep together.
And there's that one we couldn't figure out the name of that damn thing.
There is a name for that worm, but I can't remember it. And there was a 10-inch one that only had one hook in it. I can't remember.
Seems like they called it a slug or something like that.
I can't remember what the name of it was because my memory is completely gone anyway, shot. But yeah, I remember that. occasionally you would sling one of those out there, especially in Ocklawaha. You know, that's a rattle. It's got some stainless steel bearings in it.
Yeah, and
Rattle
it makes
plug.
a little noise.
Yeah,
A little rattle.
rattled. Yeah, I can't remember the whole name of it, but they're rattled. You know.
Yeah, so it was probably Ronnie and Gary's box together.
Very, very possible.
That makes sense.
Because it wouldn't be Ronnie and Gene's box, because all that, I wouldn't have all that racket in my box, especially that pocket fisherman.
Right, yeah.
Now, very possible that is
See,
Ronnie.
that says hula popper.
At the
right
hula
there
popper.
on it.
Yeah. It's very possible that tackle box belonged to Ronnie Van Zandt and Gary Rosington.
That makes sense.
The combination, like I told you, because the boat belonged to both of them.
That makes sense.
And the Jeep belonged to both of them.
And they probably went together one day.
They did on a couple occasions.
And they went down and bought all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's another hula popper there or something similar.
That was supposed to be a frog, a popping frog.
Yeah, that is, isn't it?
Yeah, I can't remember the name of it, yeah. But if I was a betting man, I'd bet everything I had that was Ronnie and Gary's tackle box.
Wow, that's makes it even cooler.
I'm telling you, guarantee it.
And Ronnie probably said, I don't need two of these damn Popeil pocket fishermen's, and he just tried to give one to you, and you said, I don't want that shit. And then Joe said, all right, I'll take it, but he couldn't find it. What's that? What is that thing?
That's
It's like
spoon.
a spoon.
That's what it's called. It's called a spoon.
It's a spoon, but it's not chrome.
No, it had another name, but that was a spoon. Yeah. Seeing that stuff in there and trying to relate back, I guarantee you that was Gary's and Ronnie's tackle box.
Yeah,
That's
makes
no
sense.
Rapala. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Guarantee it.
That tackle box has been in bad company, hasn't it?
I'll guarantee it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Guarantee it.
So they took that out in bad company, and he probably had it on the plane in case. That's why he had that Popeil pocket fisherman, in case they saw a lake or something somewhere, and there's a split shot.
Split shots, yeah. Fluger.
Remember those tins with the split shots, and now
Yeah.
they come in a little bag.
Yes, sir.
Or a little round little thing that you dial it around to get, because I think there's one of those in there too.
We always made fun of misspelling the name. It's PHS Fluger, you know.
And those are egg sinkers, which
Mm-hmm.
you might use that catfishing.
Saltwater fishing, catfishing,
Saltwater
whatever.
fishing, yeah.
Yeah.
There's a couple things in there, saltwater, that
Mm-hmm.
maybe they ran into something like that.
Yeah.
See what else he's going to pull up now. It's like a Rapala or something, you know.
Deep water.
Deep water, yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's a Rapala, but it's a deep water Rapala.
It looks like a Rapala.
Mm-hmm.
Two of them.
Mm-hmm.
One of them had a bigger spoon on it to go deeper.
Go deeper, yep.
Did that might have been like something Gary liked or something.
Very possible. Very possible.
There's another hula popper. That's got a joint in it for the tail to flop around on it.
Yep. Broke back.
Which, this is all basically like new old stock, mint condition, 1975 lures, man.
Yeah. Yeah, Craig could turn that stuff into money if he wanted to.
Yeah, he's getting ready to pull out that tray that's got all those different jigs and topwater stuff, and that's a pretty cool little idea where you can hang your stuff on it.
Mm-hmm.
And that thing's loaded.
Yeah, there's some nice plugs there.
It was pretty organized too, you know, the way they had it. You know, in my tackle box, you find a bunch of cut line in there and old rusty hooks and stuff like that, but that's about the neatest tackle box I've ever seen. Quite a few of them in there too, huh?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But you weren't much of a, I mean, you used that stuff because when we went fishing, you caught a bass on a spinning bait.
Yeah. You have to change around. Depends on time of the day or time of the year. You have to change around a little bit.
Yeah. They still make those, but not like that.
Yeah, not exactly like that, yeah.
Remember the ones that had a spring in it, and if the fish bit it, it would set the hook itself set? I think that's one of them right there. See the spring on it?
Yeah. There's some good stuff in there.
That's just an old brim bobber or a speck bobber there.
And I think that's weighted to keep it
those
right.
were used. You could tell they were used. Mm-hmm. So somebody was using them. I told Craig, you have to watch the video to figure out where all that stuff goes. That was a insert to one of those. That's Mr. Mouse, Blimp's Mr. Mouse. You could probably look that up on the internet and see if they still make those or what that might be worth or whatever. But you know, we were begging Craig to find that tackle box, all the Stone Roadie fans, and I kept bugging Craig. I said, man, when you going to find that damn tackle box? And he said, I'll find it. I kind of know where it is. And he finally found it. But I had no idea it had all that stuff in it. Tons of stuff in it compared to something I'd keep in a tackle box.
Yeah. That's why I'm thinking this was more.
That's a mouse there.
Yeah.
Another mouse. I could see where that one would work.
Yeah.
Got that propeller on the front. It would vibrate, make noise. It would.
Nighttime, yeah. That'd certainly work at nighttime.
I saw a thing on TV. A guy tied that to his antenna of his truck. He said he had to break it in, and the way to break it in is just spin the hell out of it so it gets noisy, dries it out. That's a jig, right? A spinner.
It's just like spinnerbait.
Little feathers on there kind of bent over. They might straighten back up, but still in the box.
Hawaiian Wiggler. Yep. Still in the box. Spinnerbait's been around a long time.
Trying to remember who some of the professional fishermen were back then.
Bill Dance.
Yeah, Bill Dance, and then what's that blonde-haired guy's name?
Oh, I can't remember his name.
Yeah,
I know who you're talking
still
about.
Around.
Yeah.
There's the Popeil pocket fisherman.
Yep.
And that rod part opens up and locks into position, which I think he's going to do that right now. Yeah, he opens it up, and there's a little button out there that locks it. Gene Odom throw that in a damn lake.
Oh, I'd leave that thing at home. It wouldn't go out there on the boat with me.
I don't know, back then, did they have those two-piece rods?
I think so.
I think that might be the original. Who knows who tied that lure, that swivel on there. That might have been Ronnie himself tied that knot on that damn thing.
Could have.
Damn, could you imagine a damn fishing rod with a knot in it that either Gary or Ronnie tied?
Mm-hmm. That's some
Crazy.
cool stuff there. Bring back a lot of memories.
Yeah, don't it though?
Shoot, I'm telling you.
So cool, man.
Pocket fisherman.
Fits right in the bottom of that sucker.
Mm-hmm.
Now he's breaking out those worms. Renegade. They still make those, don't they?
They make another, the same kind of worm, but I don't think they call it Renegade. And the ones that I fish with was Jim Bagley's old monster worms. That's what Ronnie called his big bass on.
Oh, a Bagley.
But Jim Bagley years ago.
9-inch worm?
Jim Bagley sold out to Zoom years and years and years and years ago. They don't make those worms anymore. Wish I could find me a mold. I'd make them myself.
Yeah, those worms in there, brand new.
Yeah.
Got him a pair of side cutters.
Yep.
Wonder if he has some needle nose in there where you get the hook out of the fish's mouth. Those are some old ass bobbers. Still
Yeah.
make them the same.
Yeah, they still make them the same. It's like they did back then.
They get so old, sometimes they crack and they get water in them.
Yeah. Get a little crack, and that's the end of it. It's the real deal right there.
There's the little tray with all the different, probably different size brim hooks. You know, your smaller hooks, and then some sinkers in there too, I think.
Yeah.
Did Ronnie fish for brim?
Yeah, we have, man.
Yeah,
There's a picture on the internet, him holding up a big old stringer of fish.
that's right. That's right. Those were brim.
Yeah. Like I said, Bill Ferris, Joe, you know, I wasn't the only person he'd go fishing with, but I was the only person he'd go fishing with. We didn't want to go bass fishing. That's why I'm more inclined that box belonged to both of them, not just Ronnie.
That makes sense. That makes sense. They just probably kept it with the boat.
Yeah.
And if Gary came over to get the boat or whatever, and then he'd just say, "Hey, Ronnie, where's the tackle box?" "Oh, it's in the closet."
Mm-hmm. Yeah, see, people don't know that Ronnie and Gary both those things together.
That makes perfect sense.
Yeah. Like I said, the Jeep and the boat, Bad Company, was owned by Ronnie and Gary.
Wish I knew where that boat was now.
Gary had it. His wife, his kids might still have it.
There's a cool looking frog.
That old frog, yeah.
That thing would get hung up sure as shit.
Yeah. She, I seen her at the funeral. When I saw her and her daughters at the cemetery a month ago, I asked her, I said, "You still got the old boat? You still got the old Mercedes and his truck?" She said, "Yeah, oh yeah, we still got all that stuff."
Oh, she did?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's cool as hell. She still got the boat.
Mm-hmm.
What is that? A leader?
It's a leader.
Yeah, that's some saltwater shit there.
Crappy rig.
Yeah, it could be a crappie rig, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You guys did some crappie fishing, huh?
Mm-hmm.
What's he got there? That's some more hooks.
Some hooks, as it looks like.
That's the Mercurochrome.
That's the Mercurochrome, yeah.
You remember that, Gene? What'd you guys use that for?
It's possible. I can't say for sure. I don't think it was for fishing, but
It's banned now because it's got mercury in it.
yeah. You want to have a bottle of that if you ever run into any nuclear waste. or any nuclear bomb goes off, you want some of that.
Yeah, what do you do with it?
That,
Those are some bass short digs.
if you get a dirty bomb, whatever, that's what you got to have to stay alive. Mercurochrome and some other stuff. I can't think of the name of it now.
But how do you use it though?
You might have to drink some of it.
No shit.
You know.
Kind of sucks up that radiation.
That Navy SEAL buddy of mine, he told me a week or so ago to, make sure you got some of that stuff handy.
That's showing like a pike.
Yeah.
A picture of a pike on that package. There's an old another.
That's a popper from top. It's a jigger fish, and you snatch it, that thing pops.
You use that jigger fishing?
Yeah, you could use a jigger fish. It's called a jitterbug.
Jitterbug.
That's right. A jitterbug. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah,
those.
you pull it, and
it makes a bubble of water in front of it.
Pops it. Yeah, jitterbug. Yeah, if I was a betting man, and I'm not because I ain't got no money, but I would say that was more of Gary Rossington and Ronnie Van Zant's combination. I stayed in the bass boat.
That does make sense.
Now I made it. One of them could have put it on the plane and had it on the plane because anticipated having a day or two off and going fishing, like that. We went fishing with the Rawson and Collins band, but we went. Sturgeon fishing. Here's one for you. $700 is what it costs to go sturgeon fishing. Seattle, I think, Seattle, Washington. We're starting out to go, and you have to be out there. I understand when the tide is starting to come up, or it's ebb tide, or starting to go, whichever the tide is, you have to catch the tide right to fish for sturgeon. So we're going out in a big old boat, and Big Lou, Gary, a couple other people, and this one guy, come to find out, he was a mule. I didn't know what he was, mule, but he was delivering the cocaine. So I didn't know it at the time, but he had brought this dope dealer a cocaine. So we're all going fishing, and we're heading out. We just passed the Coast Guard station, and we're going out. And so this guy that brought that stuff was leaning against the stern of the boat. He's leaning against the stern of the boat. We're sitting here, I'm sitting right that way. Sitting right here, he's leaning against the stern of the boat, And all of a sudden, he just stiffens up, started grinding his teeth, and just slid down. He better thank the God he didn't go over that stern of the boat. He slid right down the bottom boat, was seasoned.
Oh, really?
Seasoned up bad. And so I reached in his pocket and pulled his wallet out, stuck his wallet in his mouth.
Oh, shit.
So the captain on that boat calls the Coast Guard. We're going out,
Crazy.
And said, we need emergency. Something wrong with this guy, And so they said, instead of them sending a helicopter up, we was only so far from the Coast Guard station. Said, turn around, come right to the station. And so they took him, they got him off the boat, and they took him into an ambulance and took him to the hospital. So we turn around and we start going out. And the captain says, we're just going to go bottom fish because we've missed the tide, we've missed what we need to go for sturgeon.
Oh, hell.
So we went ahead, just went fishing, didn't catch nothing, and $700. Dang. And so when we come in that evening, he's out of the hospital and back at the hotel. What he done before he came to us, he'd done a bunch of cocaine and he was seasoned from the cocaine. And so when we're coming back, we find out from the captain what the Coast Guard said. So we're coming back. We went out miles and miles and miles, and we're coming back. So we're all sitting around coming back, you know. And I don't know the guy's name. I said, he fucked up our day of fishing. I said, in honor of him, I'm gonna go back to the hotel and I'm gonna get me a big old Caesar salad. And everybody on the boat started laughing like it. Caesar salad. I said, yeah, in honor of that, somebody's having a Caesar
salad.
I'm going to have a big old Caesar salad, Gary. Everybody's right laughing like you. Gee, Odom, you're the only person to do it. I said, yeah. I honor him. We lost all that. Made in case no fish, ruined our trip. You know, and I found out that he had brought the dealer. He was a mule from Jacksonville to bring a bunch of cocaine out there for them.
Ruined the damn fishing trip.
Fucked up my fishing trip, you know. I wanted to beat the shit out of him.
Once in a lifetime thing, you get to go sturgeon fishing, and the son of a bitch.
Yeah.
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 I've had stuff like that happen to me before.
God, man. So I had a big old Caesar salad.
Where was that at?
Seattle, Washington.
Was Craig there?
I don't know if Craig went fishing with us.
Because I remember one time Craig told me he went fishing like that. And then when I asked him about it again, he goes, I don't remember that. And I go, well, you told me you did. And you said it was sturgeon fishing. And he goes, I don't remember.
I know Big Lou was there. It was a Washington Collins band because I road managed the first Washington Collins album. I didn't have anything to do with him on the second Washington Collins album. I know it wasn't Alan Collins band. It was a Washington Collins band.
Yeah.
And was
Big Lou did Washington Collins. He didn't do the Alan Collins. Did
No.
He? No.
Oh, he was with Alan
Was
Collins.
he?
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
Happy trails to you until we meet again. Happy trails to you. Keep token until then.